The time is now. So the world has slowed down for so many people around the world because of what's happening and the current situation. And I don't know about you, but for me, the days are going by so fast. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been laid off from work, or you may be working from home. But overall, most people may have more time on their hands. So it's important to choose how you spend your time wisely. It's so easy to spend your time just binge watching the new show that just came out or just scrolling through social media. And before you know it, hours have passed by. We really don't know when everything is going to go back to normal. So it's important that we use the time that we have now to really reevaluate how we've been living, what we've been doing on a day-to-day basis when we're not at work, how we've been spending our time, who we've been spending our time with. Things or people that we follow online that serve no purpose to our well-being. It's time to take a step back and just reflect on all of these things that we've probably been doing for a long time and never really put much thought into it before being in this situation of having to be isolated and social distancing. If you're someone that's more extroverted or social, this may be a particularly hard time for you because you're not used to just being with yourself. You're not used to just sitting within yourself and going within yourself and kind of looking at what's really going on because you're used to the external stimulation of your day-to-day experiences. It's almost a shock to have to just kind of be with yourself because you're being forced into it. You're being forced into just sitting with yourself, into reviewing your thoughts, your emotions, how you spend your time. You were thrown into the situation, but it's up to you how you use this time. A lot of people have been saying and posting that they're bored, that they have nothing to do. But I want you to take a step back and ask yourself, are you where you want to be in life? Before this situation happened, was life exactly the way you wanted it to be? Have all your goals been met? Has everything you've wanted to do for a while come into fruition? If you're not currently where you want to be in life, there's no way you can be bored. There's no way you can be bored if you're not in a place that you've envisioned for yourself. There's so much you can be doing, and there's so many ways that you can be using this time to your benefit. And boredom is just not an option. This is a time for deep reflection and just going within and just start working on those things that you've really been wanting to do and that you really love to do, regardless of what anyone may think about it, regardless of how you may need to get to that point. You have all that passion, all those ideas inside of you, all those things that you want to do, things that made you happy, things that brought you peace and tranquility, things that you may have put aside because of your job. Start doing what you used to love to do. Right now is the time to rediscover those passions. If you're heavy on social media, ask yourself, why do you follow this person? What does this person add to my life? Why am I scrolling past their stories and their posts every single day? What does that do for me? How does this benefit me? What do I like about this person? How is this contributing to my overall well-being, to my life, to my health, to my emotions? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. We all want a little escape in our day-to-day lives, and especially in the situation that we're in now. But it's also important to monitor how many hours you're spending a day doing these things. Now may be a time where a lot of people are reflecting and going within and asking themselves, is the life I was living before this situation really the life that I want for myself? Do I want to spend a certain amount of hours throughout the day doing something that I don't want to do, that I don't love, that I'm not passionate about? Can I do this for the rest of my life? What do you see for yourself in the future? What do you envision for yourself? How do you want to live the rest of your life? How have you been living up until this point? We really need to use this opportunity to just figure things out. Things may be coming up, thoughts, emotions, feelings may be coming up that you may have put aside, that you may have ignored, that you may have known was there, but you weren't ready to address. And a lot of people are probably facing that right now. So reach out to someone, reach out to a therapist, reach out to a counselor, a friend, a family member to express how you're feeling. Write it down in a journal. There's so many ways that you can let that out, that you can express it. It's time to really face any fears you had, any self-doubt, any insecurity. Put yourself out there now that you have nothing but time to sit with yourself and to sit with what's been going on and everything that you've ignored up until this point. And even if you are in a place in your life where you're comfortable and you're okay and it's exactly what you wanted for yourself, there are still things that you can do in this situation and even after the situation that can just bring some new life, some new energy into your day-to-day activities. You learn how to meditate, learn a different language. There's so many courses online now where you can do all of these things and it's so accessible. Clean your room, clean your house, clean your apartment. Get rid of things that you haven't looked at or used in years. Get rid of it, clear your space. That's a project in itself. There's no excuse to just be bored. There's just no excuse at all. I don't even want to hear that word come out of your mouth. Cook a meal. Start working out. Start doing some exercise. Jumping jacks. Jump rope. I mean, there's so many things. Boredom is not an option. Not an option. I don't want to see it. I don't hear it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to feel it. Just get rid of it. 2020, there's no boredom in 2020. We're getting rid of that. The world has slowed down so much, and this is your chance and this is your opportunity to really shine. And I don't want this moment to pass for you to just end up where you were before this whole situation and just being unhappy and going to a job every day that you hate. So just please use this moment wisely. Monitor what you do every day, what you watch, who you're following, why you're following them, and just ask yourself, how is what I'm doing contributing to my overall well-being? What is this doing for me? What is this person doing for me? How does this serve me? How is this helping me grow? How is me watching a show for 10 hours a day helping me evolve and grow? How is scrolling through this person's Instagram life helping me develop as a person? What do you love to do? What motivates you? Why are you here? What is this experience about? What do you want to contribute? What is your message? What is your message? And these are the questions I want you to ask yourself. And just use this time wisely to just make all of that happen. And so I want to hear from you. How have you been spending the last few weeks in isolation? What have you been doing? Did you learn a new skill? Are you trying to learn something but you're having a difficult time? Have you learned a new language? Have you started writing? Did you finish that portrait that you've been working on for a few months and kind of put it to the side? What have you been doing? What inspires you? What drives you to wake up in the morning and tackle the day? What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? How are you spending your time? The time is now, today. Be here now. Be present. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Thank you for joining me again. Until next time.